Hello and welcome to Post, the channel where we discuss all things hockey and all teams. A big, giant thank you once again to Mark for sending in this jersey number 17 for the collection. And I think I need to stand up for this one because this, I mean, like seriously, this is an incredible jersey. Look how they have the secondary logo instead of on the shoulder, on the arm here on the side. I freaking love that. That's awesome. You guys know that I'm not usually a big fan of white jerseys. I actually really like this jersey. I think I'm actually gonna get it framed in a shadow box. So when I end up getting a dark Chicago Blackhawks jersey, I'm gonna put this one in a shadow box. Maybe try and get it signed or something like that, and then have it nicely framed because this is a nice classic kind of jersey that you just really want to appreciate. So Mark, thank you so much. That's awesome. It's crazy. Like, I don't want anyone to send in jerseys because they're expensive, and like I myself, I never buy a jersey unless it's on sale or I get a good deal. So the fact that there's people sending in jerseys and stuff, like, it's just mind-blowing. Like, thank you so much for using your hard-earned money to help support the channel. I really appreciate that, so thank you very much. And you'll notice that I'm not wearing this Chicago Blackhawks hat. This is actually Justin's. It doesn't fit my head whatsoever. I have a really weird shaped head, and this hat doesn't fit my head whatsoever. It's also Justin's. Justin, I need to get that hat back to you because now that you've started your own channel, you need some Chicago merch back your way. And I got this cup too. So Chicago fans, I do have some Chicago merch. And instead of wearing another hockey team, I figured I'd wear the old Chicago Bears hat that I have. So at least I'm matching kind of a little bit. So the entire point of this video is to give my opinions on the All-Star Game jerseys. And I got a ton of comments yesterday when they were released. Neil, what do you think? What do you think? In Discord and on Twitter, on Instagram, everywhere. So I thought I'd make a little video and tell you my thoughts on each of the 4 jerseys. I will say, I think I like every single one of these 4 jerseys more than any of the 4 last year in the previous All-Star Game. I'm going to start off with the Pacific. So this is the only true white jersey we have for this All-Star Game. And I will admit that I don't hate it, but I'm not a big fan of the silver on the arms there that has that orange star in it. It looks a bit strange. It's clashing. Of all of them, this is my least favorite, actually. I personally would not purchase this jersey. We move on to the Atlantic. This is actually my favorite. Again, not a fan of the silver things on the arms. Not a massive fan of that neon yellow or neon green or the combination of them both, whatever you want to call that. But that shade of blue, it does kind of work with that neon color a little bit. And I've heard people absolutely destroy this jersey. They say they absolutely hate it. It's the worst one. That's okay. It's a totally subjective opinion. That's the entire point. You know, there's 4 different kinds, so if people want to go buy one, they can go buy the one that they want. So this is actually my favorite. It's the only true or blue one, or maybe the only blue one. I forget what the other ones look like. It's been a while since I looked at them. I just have them up here on the laptop. Okay, yeah, Metropolitan. This is the only gray one, and this is actually pretty sharp. I like it a lot, although I notice with this one, it almost looks more like a tank top kind of thing. It's got that almost like separation. I just feel like it looks more like a tank top. If I find the neon yellow or whatever that is kind of separates the jersey a little bit too much. I know it's the exact same design on all of them, but for this one, that's the impression that I get. I do like the gray. And the one I like the second best is actually the Central. This reminds me of the old classic original NHL logo. Maybe this wasn't the original NHL logo, but it was the one they used in like the 80s and early 90s or whatever. The orange and the black, a bit of a different shade of orange here, almost like a pinkish neon orange, kind of a little bit more orange than it is pink, obviously, but it's not too bad. I really like the black a lot. This would definitely be my second favorite. If I had to choose one to buy, I actually wouldn't buy any of them just because the price is insane. I mean, Gary Bettman in the NHL just wants this. That's the entire point of having these jerseys, is so they can sell them and make a ton of money. If I was going to pick one, I'd choose the Atlantic one for sure, just because it's blue. Blue's my favorite color. And but I wouldn't personally, even if they were on sale for... You got me thinking now. What price would it have to go down to before I would consider buying one? I never buy a jersey unless it's a deal. I think this would have to be around $50 for me to consider buying it. I like it. I don't love it. I don't love any of them. I would definitely wear one, So if I saw it for $50, I'd probably snag it. But it's not on my list of jerseys to collect, that's for sure. But it's not bad. They improved from last year, in my opinion. So I'm curious to see actually next year's All-Star Game jerseys. Obviously, we're gonna have to wait a year to see them, but I'm curious to know if they get worse or get better. But let me know down in the comments which jersey you like the best. And also, are you gonna actually be watching the All-Star Game? I'm gonna be watching the All-Star Game and the skills competition because I make videos on YouTube. So of course I'm gonna go watch those games just so I can talk about it in a video. If I didn't make videos on YouTube about hockey, I probably would not watch the All-Star Game. I would watch the skills competition because I think there's some funny stuff that happens in that. But the All-Star Game itself, I probably wouldn't watch it otherwise. But anyways, let me know what you think down below in the comments. A little later on tonight, if you're watching this video, you can expect another video. We're doing a very special one on Johnny Bower. It's very similar to the History of series that we have. If you're not familiar with the History of series, we've done the history of the NHL, history of the Stanley Cup, history of Montreal, Toronto, Boston, Chicago, New York, and Detroit. So we've done all the original 6. Brent does the voiceover work for it, and I put all the graphics together and stuff. It's almost like a documentary kind of style. So they're on the channel. I have a playlist made. It's called History of. Definitely go check those out. We spent a lot of time putting them together. If you haven't seen them, it would mean the world to me if you could go check them out. I think it's some of the best quality content that we have on this channel. We are really proud of them. And this Johnny Bower video coming up a little later tonight is going to be very similar to that. It's not very long. It's only going to be about 5 or so minutes, but it's important that we celebrate his life and his hockey career, and especially for the Toronto fans watching everywhere around the world. Such a great love for that man and what he's done for the team and hockey just in general. So very excited to make that video and release it to you guys. Hope you guys can check it out. Thanks for watching this one, and I will see you in the next video tomorrow. Adios.